Hello, my panda pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering what happened on Season 8, Episode 7 of Happily Ever After. This episode is titled Humpty Dumped Me, and I gotta say, Liz must be feeling super great that literal trash told her that she is not good enough. Let's hurry up and get things started. Sit down, buckle up, and let's go for a ride. Last episode, Ed cancels the wedding without letting Liz know about it, and then he asks her to meet up with him so that he can break up with her to her face. Ed gets to the restaurant, and I gotta say, I would not want to meet in such a public place to tell my fiance that she's my ex-fiance. He tells us that Liz was probably caught off guard when their officiant called her to offer his condolences, but he sees no point in planning something that he knows is just gonna fail.
I moved halfway across the country, got us a house, and she has to treat me like in front of my family. Like, no man would stand for that.
You moved halfway across the country back to your hometown where your family, whom you are very close to, lives. That is not the monumental sacrifice that you think it is. Also, you treat Liz like shit in front of her family, so pot meet kettle?
At my age, you realize that life is short, and I just can't marry Liz.
Liz calls Ed and questions his choice of venue, which, yeah, I agree, real weird place for a breakup. She tells him that it's not a healthy place for a conversation, plus, where the heck is Riley gonna go?
You haven't spoke to me in 3 days. I don't know what.
Spoke to me in 3 days, and I did call.
This gaslighting thumb of a bitch. Ed gets frustrated and tells her that she just sounds like his mom and that they can have this conversation over the phone because he just does not care anymore.
I'm scared because I don't want this relationship to be over. It is terrifying to lose someone that I fought so hard to be with.
I have no idea what compels her to fight so hard for Ed. Like, if I'm in an alleyway playing tug of war over a moldy slice of pizza with a rabid raccoon, like, at some point, I'm gonna look down and think, the f am I even doing right now? And then I would leave. Moving on to Jasmine and Gino. Last episode, Jasmine let us know that she's no longer going to be focusing on having a baby with Gino because of everything that's going on. The two are at a park, and Jasmine lets Gino know that her mother's biopsy did return positive for cancer.
I'm trying to stay positive, but the more time I spend in the United States, it's like the more bad news I get.
She does say that it is in the early stages, but it's still hard to stay strong because she's separated from her family at such a critical time. Gino tries his best to console her.
It sucks, but thank goodness your mom took the biopsy when she did. Compared to the situation my mom had, she didn't have a chance.
Ooh, sir. Maybe we don't try to silver line this for her right now. If you really want to bring your own experience into this, instead of basically saying, I had it so much worse than you when my mother was diagnosed, you can say, I also had a hard time when my mother was diagnosed. I can't imagine what you must be feeling right now being so far away from her.
It hurts me to see Jasmine in so much pain. I'm going to be supporting Jasmine for whatever she needs. It's not a fun thing to go through.
I do believe that Gino is coming from a good place and he is genuinely trying to make Jasmine feel better. But the thing with silver lining is when you silver line someone's bad experience to try and show them the bright side, you basically kind of invalidate their feelings. Like, imagine going to a friend to vent about work and you're just like, oh, my boss was the worst today. He kept micromanaging me and trying to talk to me like I was stupid. And then your friend is trying to make you feel better and look at the bright side and he just says, well, at least you're not unemployed. Do you feel better? I didn't think so. Gino does his best to cheer her up and offers to take her on vacation, and Jasmine says that her friend Leandro just moved to Miami and she would love to pay him a visit because he's pretty much family.
If it's going to make you feel better and make you happy, we can go see Leandro. I'm sure we can make it work.
That was such a refreshingly positive interaction between the pair. The pair get to Florida and meet Leandro.
Es súper importante para mí que Jasmine se sienta bien en este momento. ¿Por qué? Porque ya muy poco tiempo de estar acá, se siente sola.
And he brings out some birthday cupcakes and Jasmine makes a wish. She wishes for her mother's health and for her children to be able to come to America. She tells us that not having her family in America has made her realize how much she's actually taking for granted. She says that she can't think about having a baby with Gino right now because it would make her feel like she's abandoning her already existing children. Next up is Pat and Thais. Last episode, Pat and Thais finally make it to Brazil, where Pat's father decides to surprise them with a visit, pissing Thais off because she thinks he sucks. And sucks he does. So, Jose owns this apartment, Pat and Thais are paying rent on it, even though they have not lived in Brazil in 2 years. And Jose is always raising the rent $100 every so often and keeps asking them to pay early. And now, on their first night on their vacation in Brazil, he comes over and tells one-legged Pat that he's got a laundry list of stuff for him to do to fix up the apartment, like paint all of the walls and fix all of the doors.
He always asks like to do things in the apartment. It's not my responsibility, it's his obligation as the owner.
Pat tells his father that they are here more for vacation, but he will do what he can to help. Thais says that she's worried because Pat looks for so much love from his father after they reconnected, and she feels like Jose just takes advantage of him because he knows that Pat will never say no to him.
I mean, Patrick refuses to see that his dad, is using him.
Jose leaves and Thais and Pat get into an argument because Thais thinks that Jose is being selfish, and Pat tries to tell her that he thinks that Jose wants to just spend time with his family while being productive.
I don't see they talking much. When he talks to Patrick, it's just when he charged for the apartment.
Moving on to Loren and Alexei. Last episode, everyone tells Loren that she is nuts for wanting a mommy makeover, and her own mother tries to get Alexei to change her mind about it. It is the day before the surgery, and the pair are heading to Loren's last pre-op consultation. Loren's very nervous, and Alexei does his best to get her to change her mind because he really doesn't want to have to deal with doing things around the house alone while she recovers.
Promise to me not to bitch at me, though. You like to do laundry 5 times a day? I'm gonna do once a week.
Alexei, maybe suck it up for a bit? There are so many single parents out there that work, keep house, and take care of their kids. You only need to do it for like 2 to 3 months, and you have Loren's family around you to help you out. I think struggling for a few months is 100% worth it if it's gonna restore your wife's self-confidence after pushing out 3 watermelons out of her hoo-ha. With that said, Alexei is definitely worried about the potential side effects, potential recovery issues, and potential complications. But Alexei definitely seems most worried about having to do everything around the house alone.
You lift your baby off the ground, you can pop a suture, and so we have to go back into surgery and repair the...
So no lifting for sure.
Alexei tells Loren, why don't we take some time to think about this? We can always get the surgery later. And Loren is like, no, I am doing this. I have decided, and you just need to support me. And Alexei's like, well, I guess I don't really have a choice, so yeah, I will support you.
Hearing all of this information kind of stresses me out.
I want you to support me on it.
Then I have nothing else to do but support you.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I've got for you today. I hope you guys had a blast. I hope to see you guys next time. And as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye.